Hello and welcome back to the Shack with me, 2E0XSB. Tonight I'm going to be looking at the online propagation tool Proppy. If you do find anything in this video that is of any use to you, then please do give it a like and possibly even a subscribe. So just before Christmas last year, my local club, the Kings Lynn Amateur Radio Club, had a talk by Steve Nichols, G0KYA, all about propagation and propagation tools. Now Steve, being the chairman of the Propagation Studies Committee for the RSGB, obviously knows what he's talking about. And tonight I want to show you one of the tools that he recommended in that talk. So you want to start off by basically putting Proppy RSGB into a search engine, and it should bring you to one of these places. Click onto the online propagation tools, and down to the mid bottom of this page here we have Proppy. Have a click on here and this takes us to the main page. Biggest disadvantage of this tool really is the fact that it is online. You're going to have to be online to actually use it, but when you're on here you can actually print off planners and such for the predictions that you get from the actual site. So I'm going to look at each one of these little areas very quickly and just give you a quick explanation. We've got the area predictions, which are nice and simple. All we've got to do is set where we're going to be TXing from, so it could be literally a case of drag and drop, or you can put your latitude and longitude into this little area here. Now, it does give you plenty of different options to be looking at. You can set your date and times, your traffic type, which if we click on here I'll show you. You've got FT8, CW, SSBs and such, voice data, all the different types of modes you might want to use, the frequencies that you're going to be possibly using, the power that you're going to be using. Mine's set at 50 because I'm still an intermediate. Boo. My made noise, I'm in a rural area, so I set it to rural. On here I'm going to change that to fan dipole, which is what I've got. I'm going to stick it on a bearing of about 35, I should say mine's at. And from that, literally we can just set that in motion and run a prediction. And there we have it. That's our prediction, going from strong chance to lower chance. Okay, so let's say we want to change this up and put this to say 14.1 megahertz. Run that prediction. Change it up a little. And we can then play that prediction. And that'll give you hour by hour, I believe, just showing you where you're going to be hitting into and your best areas to be listening out for. And as you can see, with the 20 meters working much better during the day, getting a much better spread there. And I've just changed this one here to 7.1, so we're on 40, and it changes the whole prediction again. Once again, play that and it will literally show you hour by hour where your best chances are. So next up, I'm just having a look at the point to point, which is as simple as, once again, you can do a drag and drop. Set that, say I'm in London and I'd like to be able to get into Canada, and leave the date and everything the same. I'm still going to use FT8 to see what's needed to get in with FT8. Rural again, 50 watts. Not going to be changing much of that. Once again, run prediction. And here we have hour by hour and a 24-hour clock, showing you your megahertz down the side here. So 80 is going to be your best up until about 6 AM. and then it moves up, and then we're looking at 20, and then back in the evening again, 24 hours from now, we're looking at back down to 80. And it is as simple as just drag and drop. So we could say, right, we want to get over here, run that prediction, and once again, looking better for the 80s and lower. Okay, so your next page is about beacons, and obviously receiving from beacons. You can run a test on that. Once again, it will give you a prediction when it can work it out. Bear with it a moment. There we go, and it just gives you a prediction with your frequencies as to what you could possibly expect. And once again, you got your latitude, your longitude of your received site, giving you the beacons there, and pretty simple, straightforward page. Let's move on. So here we have the Proppy RADCOM Style, which those of you who are members of the RSGB will know that you get the predictions in the back there for the propagation for the rest of that month, and this is basically just giving you that same thing here. Once again, run a prediction, and it gives you just like you see in the back of a RADCOM. So I won't bore you too much more with that. And here we have the monthly planner page, where you can literally set up point to point for different areas around the globe that you want to be getting into or listening out for. So let's say first one there, we're going to try and get into Canada, and I'm going to say I'm looking for Bob over there. I can add another site. I can change that to Spain and say I'm looking out for Ted in Spain. Add another site, and let's say I'm looking for Fred in Egypt. From there, all you want to be looking at is something like the overlay here, which is basic circuit reliability. Your format there, you can choose what you want. I'm going to choose a PDF, and you can set your dates, the traffic and everything just the same way as you did for all the other pages. You can then generate that plan, and it will save you a PDF. So I'm just going to say on with that, and there we have it. Plan just like the point to points for all the others. So it's saying Bob over in Canada. If you want to be getting in touch with him, it's going to be your low bands down the bottom there for the earlier part, up into your 20s again, and down low again for the evenings. Ted, much easier. We've got him across the low band there for the entire width, and same again over into Egypt. So you've got a good reliability on FT8, that is, anyway. That's just me being a bit of a FT8 buff. Love it or hate it. Personally, I love it. It's helped me, especially on 50 watts, to get places that I normally wouldn't. So I can't complain about FT8 at all. That, and I do enjoy the contesting on FT4. We also have on here space weather, which shows you flux, AP index, KP index. I'm not going to try and pretend I know that much about those, but you do also have on here for your shortwave listening. So in the shortwave listening part here, once again, very much similar. You can set where you're wanting to receive. You can come down here, you can put in your frequencies that you're listening out for. The broadcaster, you can change that to whoever you're looking for. Personally, I'm not really interested in this page myself, but I thought I'd better just show it you. And that's basically it. You've got your help part here where you get your manual. Fairly easy to understand. Click on the parts that you're interested in, and it's got more information down there. Okay, so my thoughts on the Proppy software. It's easy to use. It seems to be accurate as far as I can make out anyway. I think it's going to be something that, especially if you're doing the Work All States contest, that would work out really well, because you could literally pick which states you're wanting to get into and work out what time, date and band would work best for you to get into that, especially on something like FT8. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Proppy tool is something that's really good. It's something that I'm using for planning an event that's up and coming with my club, the Kings Lynn Amateur Radio Club, and I'm hoping to put some sheets out there for people on the day so that they can look at what time of day it is and work out what bands are going to work best for them. So until my next video, it's good night from me, 2E0XSB. If you do find anything interesting in this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. It's much appreciated.